On an all-new platform with a completely new powertrain, this new small hybrid SUV, the Niro, does two important jobs for Kia. Firstly, it gives the company a much-needed rival to the likes of the Mazda CX-3, Nissan Juke and Renault's Captur, and, secondly, with both the hybrid and SUV segments growing strongly, the former, Kia anticipates, at the expense of diesel power. It provides eco-friendly competition for a growing raft of hybrids including Toyota's Prius. How big is the Kia Niro? Size-wise, the Niro's a little harder to pigeonhole, falling somewhere between Ford Focus-sized hatchbacks and SUVs. So, within its own Kia stable, it's a bit bigger than a Ceed and both shorter and lower than a Sportage. It does, however, have a longer wheelbase than the latter, hence the boast of class-leading seating space. Within a shape that many will find striking only for its aerodynamic efficiency lurks an all-new hybrid powertrain that combines a 1.6-liter, turbocharged petrol engine, an electric motor and an expensive lithium-ion battery compact enough to fit under the rear seats, thus safeguarding a load space volume of between 427 and 1,425 liters. How does it drive? Jostling power delivery between the engine and electric motor, or combining both, the system develops 139 bhp, powering the front wheels via a 6-speed, twin-clutch automatic gearbox. Thus armed, the Niro hardly qualifies for boy racer status, but as a hybrid, it works rather well. The first thing you'll notice is the absence of the CVT transmission that gently blights so many hybrids. Heftier throttle applications inevitably rewarded by the engine promptly racing to revs for peak power while the car then catches up to the accompaniment of an episode of Bonanza being filmed under the bonnet. Thanks to its deliciously smooth twin-clutch automatic gearbox, progress in the Niro, with engine speed building to match vehicle velocity, sounds far more natural. Quiet too, and remarkably refined if you don't push things along too hard. Excellent fuel economy. The Niro lacks the dedicated, switchable left-drive mode that allows some hybrids to whisper a couple of kilometers under electric motor power only. However, the motor and petrol engine interchange rolls so smoothly and quietly in the urban environment that we don't consider this an issue. Particularly since, over an hour and a half of mixed driving, we were rewarded with average fuel consumption of well over 60 miles per gallon, far closer to the quoted fuel figure than many hybrids appear to muster in the real world. On board all is standard latest generation Kia fare, the replacement of the rev counter by a power meter the only clue as to the presence of a hybrid drive system. Kia interior quality has improved out of all recognition of late, with soft touch materials wherever your fingers are likely to land, and respectable quality switchgear. Will come well equipped for the cache. Trim levels follow the standard 1, 2, 3 and first edition grade strategy with the usual enticingly high standard equipment levels. You get a 7 or 8-inch multimedia touchscreen boasting 3D sat-nav, DAB radio, Apple CarPlay, Kia's first use of Android Auto, wireless mobile phone charging and TomTom Live services, free for 7 years to match the firm's industry-leading warranty. A spanking 8-speaker JBL audio system powerful enough to blow the wax from your ears is also available as standard on higher grades and optional elsewhere. Price to compete. The Kia Niro starts at £21,295 and presents as an entirely companionable proposition. It's quiet, practical and undeniably spacious, drives smoothly and handles reasonably tidily. Ride quality on 18-inch wheels is a little harsher than on the smaller wheels, the appeal of the squishier, 16-inch alternatives being a little more give, and CO2 emissions down to just 88 grams/km. Read on for the full Kia Niro SUV review to find out more about this interesting new hybrid car. The Kia Niro makes use of a 1,580cc 4-cylinder turbo petrol engine coupled to a 32 kW electric motor for a total hybrid system power of 139 bhp available at 5,700 revolutions per minute, and 264 Nm of torque between 1,000 and 2,400 revolutions per minute. Performance figures show 0 to 62 miles per hour is achieved in 11.5 seconds, while top speed is 120 miles per hour. It feels pretty lively round town, and good off the line at traffic lights thanks to the electric motor's assistance. However, it tends to have to work rather hard to maintain impetus on motorways. Its gearbox, instead of the CVT type we're used to in hybrid cars, is a 6-speed twin-clutch automatic that performs far better on the road, with quick and smooth gear changes instead of increasing engine speed without noticeably accelerating the car. Also, unlike other hybrids, there's no switchable, all-electric wet drive mode, but average fuel consumption of over 60 miles per gallon on our test drive suggests excellent real-world MPG. Not yet fitted to our early test car but set to join the Niro range, predictive energy control works with the sat-nav to optimize hybrid system performance. For instance, boosting electric motor power on inclines and charging the battery on downhill sections. We found the Niro very easy to drive around town. It's got light steering and good low-speed maneuverability, a lot of it under electric power alone. It handles quite tidily through the corners, with accurate yet numb steering and well-controlled body roll. The power density of lithium-ion batteries means the pack is small enough to fit under the rear seats, so the Niro doesn't suffer from the tail-heavy behavior of some rival hybrids. But, even though the battery pack is inside the wheelbase, you can still feel the weight while driving. Its low rolling resistance 16-inch tires are better for economy and low CO2 emissions, and hence lower tax, but it's not the grippiest rubber, and squealing front tires are quite easy to provoke if you push too hard. Drive to the strengths of the powertrain, however, and it handles very much like a notably quiet, conventionally powered SUV. No surprises here, it's the standard current generation Kia dashboard design. Well built, with soft touch materials everywhere your fingers are likely to wander, and robust plastics elsewhere designed to outlive the 7-year warranty. It's good looking, but not altogether homogeneous in execution. In fact, the Niro is starting to feel as if the next generation of interior design might be hurried along a little to raise the bar if premium competition is an aspiration. You've got a choice of 7 or 8-inch multimedia systems with sat-nav, which works very well, likely to be an option on all but high-specification trim levels. The system power meter replaces the rev counter in a clear, easy-to-read instrument binnacle. We thought the Niro had a good driving position with reach and rake steering adjustment and comfortable front seats. There's also great all-round visibility, which should appeal to younger passengers. Perhaps because there's no switchable F mode, Kia has gone to inordinate trouble to make the powertrain as quiet as possible, especially under urban driving conditions when the petrol engine stops and starts frequently. This has been managed very successfully, with the engine bay ruthlessly well insulated from the cabin. You can barely hear the engine start. However, ride quality is more of an issue. In response to public criticism of other hybrid vehicle driving dynamics in general, the suspension has been tuned to ensure the Niro handles well enough. The downside is that the ride feels a little tough on the high-spec model's 18-inch wheels to us. It's not unbearable but noticeably less comfortable on UK roads. Despite this, there's good high-speed stability on motorways, and practically no noise from under the bonnet unless you really floor it. Normal cruising speeds are accompanied only by wind noise from door mirrors and modest tire roar. Like with other Kia cars, the Niro features a numbered lineup, with models called 1, 2, 3 and then First Edition. The main difference externally between the first two grades and the last two is the choice of wheels and tires. Cheaper cars have 16-inch wheels with low rolling resistance tires, whereas 3 and First Edition cars come with 18-inch wheels and sportier tires. This has an effect both on the ride quality and the running costs. Standard Kia Niro SUV equipment: every car comes with lane keep assist, hill start assist, cruise control and a speed limiter, plus Bluetooth connectivity and DAB radio. In addition to grade 1 you get 16-inch alloy wheels, dual-zone automatic aircon, automatic windscreen defog, LED daytime running lights and tail lights, electric windows and mirrors, plus USB and O ports. Upgrade to 2-spec and you get a 7-inch touchscreen sat-nav, a reversing camera and Kia connected services, free for 7 years from purchase. This trim also adds high-gloss black highlights on the steering wheel, dashboard and doors, a leather-covered wheel and gear shifter, black cloth and leather upholstery, roof rails, privacy glass, chrome interior and exterior door handles, reversing sensors, an underfloor tray and electrically adjustable, heated and folding door mirrors. The next grade, called 3, adds an 8-inch touchscreen sat-nav, a wireless mobile phone charger and an 8-speaker JBL premium sound system with a 320-watt external amplifier. You also get larger 18-inch alloy wheels, black leather upholstery, front parking sensors, heated front seats and steering wheel, a power-adjustable driver's seat, stainless steel scuff sill plates, a JBL upgraded audio system, larger 8-inch navigation screen and wireless mobile phone charger. The top-of-the-range First Edition version adds autonomous emergency braking, blind spot detection with rear cross traffic alert and smart cruise control. These cars are distinguished by stone grey leather trim, plus a white steering wheel, and inserts on the dash and doors. You also get a smart key and engine start, stop button, heated outer rear seats, ventilated front seats and an electric tilting and sliding sunroof. Optional Kia Niro SUV accessories equipment from higher grades can be added to lower spec cars, such as the autonomous emergency braking and smart cruise control available on grades 1, 2 and 3, making up the advanced driver assistance systems package. The Kia Niro has been given 4 stars by Euro NCAP, although this is increased to 5 if you spec the safety pack. The body is made from a combination of high-strength steel and aluminium, while 7 airbags are installed as standard along with ISOFIX child seat lashing points. Particular attention has been paid to scoring well in NCAP's safety assist section, so the Niro can be specified with a number of advanced features in this regard. Automatic low-speed braking will stop the car for you if a collision is imminent. Adaptive cruise control adjusts speed to the car in front up to your selected speed. Lane departure warning warns if you drift out of your lane without indicating. Lane keeping assist actively steers to keep you between the white lines on the road. Blind spot detection lets you know if there's a car in your blind spot. Rear cross traffic alert warns of vehicles crossing behind you that you may not have seen. As you'd expect for a mid-sized SUV, the Niro is a practical car. It has excellent rear seat accommodation with head and legroom for 6-footers in comfort. The 427-litre loader space is uncluttered by the battery pack beneath and on par with rivals. You're able to fold the rear seats down to unlock 1,425 litres of space.